Welcome back to Self-Built. Today I've got a build video for you guys, and this is a new leg press that anyone can build. Very cheap, it's around 40 bucks. I was inspired to make this while I was working under my car. Because if you've worked under a car, you know you've got those creepers that can roll around and all that stuff. And I was like, this would be kind of a nice leg press. And I came up with this. This is basically a creeper made out of 2x4s, pool noodles, a couple casters, and some metal braces. Very simple to make. You can make it for around 40 bucks. This is a very fun and new addition you can add to your leg day for many reasons. I mean, it's very different. But you can lay completely flat and you have something supporting your back. So if your back just isn't feeling that great and you want to really focus on getting your quads, this is an awesome piece of equipment you can use. I've noticed during using it that your back feels awesome. It also takes some stress off the knees, so it feels really nice that way. I'll show you guys a close-up of this. Here it is in all of its majesty. When you attach it, all you do is attach here and here to some lower cables. I just made it the same width as mine down there, so it'll just be perfect. And then down here you can see the wheels over there. Wheels right there. This is a very simple and easy concept. And then the pool noodles just save your shoulders from getting dug into. I originally thought of maybe adding some padding, but with it just the way it is, it feels just fine. I'll do a small demo of what this looks like when you're using it and how you can apply that to your setup. And I'll show you how to build this in just a minute.
This is all the supplies and tools that you'll need to get the job done. I'll leave an itemized description of everything that you need in the description, and I will rate this build a 2 out of 5. It's very easy, you just may not have all the tools if you're a very beginner. I laid the wood out 5 wide just to see what it would look like, and then moved it to where there'd be a head support. Don't forget your safety glasses, of course. And then I'm going to cut all these pieces that I measured out. Here's how it's looking after all those cuts.
Got this set up on these 2 lower ones down here are just holding it up, so when I screw it down it'll go through and not hit concrete. We're going to be attaching the head and the foot portion. Just going to do 1 screw on each there because there's not going to be a huge load, and then I'm going to double it here because this is where we're going to be attaching the resistance there and there.
It's starting to look like it's something going on around here. Next, I'm cutting 3 3-inch length pieces for each side holding the shoulders, and then I'm going to screw those down together so it'll basically make that.
Had to get in the garage, it's getting hot out there. Gonna throw the wheels on now. Wish we could throw those on there, but one day. It's a little bit of a bummer. I'm going to have to go a little bit at an angle on these because it's just a tiny bit bigger than this 2x4. If I can line it up just right. But I'm going to attach these with just some 1-inch screws because they're not going to take a whole lot of abuse since they're going to be rolling. Rolling. They see me rolling.
Here's the rough draft version, looking pretty good. Time to make the shoulder holders by screwing it through each other. Also going to add some wood glue to make it stronger. Now I'm giving it a simple test drive just to see how it feels, how it holds up and everything like that. The biggest thing I noticed first off was I wasn't able to get very good depth because the butt portion was too long. So I ended up chopping 6 inches off the bottom so I can go a lot deeper. And then adding shoulder supports, of course, so it doesn't dig into your shoulders. And then after that, just threw some paint on it and it looked pretty good.
Sweet little top view for you. And then I did trim 6 inches off of here just because it was too long and it was making it hard to get to depth and it took up a lot of space on my floor. Test drive number 2. This one's feeling a lot more comfortable with those shoulder pads. I'm able to get a much better depth and I'm trying a different foot placement and it's feeling pretty good. That test drive went really well. So next I'm going to take off these pads and we're going to paint to make this look all fancy and snazzy. And then I'll put this back on and just wrap it with a little extra duct tape. So that way it should be pretty much done. The only tip that I would add to make the resistance feel better is to have 2x4s under the wheels, have a hard surface under the wheels. I have rubber flooring, so when I'm pushing it out, I get more resistance, but when it's coming back, it's not the same. So if you can get a hard surface for these wheels, it'll definitely benefit you. But structurally, this thing has been great. Haven't had any issues, feels comfortable. I'm able to get a good depth and I really enjoy it. It's something fun and new. It's a little bit bigger than other pieces of equipment that I've made. Usually if it's something this big, it's a little bit more functional than just purely one thing. But I've still got enough room so I can store it. So it passes the test as far as being able to be somewhat compact. And if you make something cool like this, there's only, in my experience of going to commercial gyms, I have only been to one gym ever that had a lying leg press. Now, of course, it wasn't on wheels and rolling on the ground like how I'm demonstrating it. It was like those leg presses that your seat will go back at like a 30-degree angle or so, except you'd be laying completely horizontally, which it was a really cool feeling, but it was a Gold's Gym that's no more, so it's unfortunate, and that was always in the back of my mind when making this too. So I was like, sweet, I'm gonna have that piece of equipment back. I'm still in the works of getting the perfect foot plate or placement on how I'm gonna do my setup. If I was able to move the weights back so it doesn't hit the bar, I'll be good, but my setup is probably different than a lot of your guys's, so you may not even have that issue. But I'll probably be coming up with a way to make a good foot plate against your squat rack when you're making this setup. So it might be a little niche, but it might help somebody out. And that's what it's all about. I'll leave the links of the wheel casters and the steel brackets in the description below, because you can just get those off of Amazon. I would just get the 2x4s from your local hardware store. Wood prices aren't expensive right now, and I got the pool noodles from the dollar store. I mean, the $1.25 store. Times are tough. But I'll also leave a link for pool noodles if you're not close to a dollar store or Dollar Tree, whatever. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope it was interesting and entertaining for you. Definitely try this thing out. If you've got any cool tweaks to make it better or questions about it, let me know. Leave it in the comments below. If I come up with some cool tweaks or some updates with this, I'll let you guys know. If you aren't already, don't forget to subscribe. You'll be able to see all these cool new videos coming out and it helps me a lot. Don't forget to like and share it with all your friends. And we'll see you next time on More Sale Build.